Gonzalez at the All Valley Boat Show, ladies and gentlemen, and one of the true institutions of the Rio Grande Valley is Dargel Boats. They have been around for a very long time, and here with me is the owner-operator of Dargel Boats, Cleve Ford. Cleve has some exciting news about a couple of new boats in their line. Cleve, thank you for having us over here at your booth.
Thank you very much. Thank you.
So why don't you spend a little time, tell us about this boat. This is your baby from what I understand. This is something you've been working towards for quite some time.
Yes. This is the all-new DargelKat 250 HDX. 25 feet from bow to stern, 8.5 feet wide, 8.5 feet beam. It's got double-stepped hull on both sides, double-step ventilated hull, louvered tunnel on the front of the boat, and just an extremely stable boat. And it's a boat that we've been striving to build for a long time. It's a boat that does it all. It only drafts in about 8.5 inches of water. We say it drafts in less than 9 or less. It also will get up in the soft bottom in 11 inches. So hard bottom needs a little bit more than that, but on soft bottom it gets up in 11 inches. On top of that, an extremely rough bays. It rides across it very smooth, stop the teeth rattling and everything like that. We took it out in some 25 to 30 mile an hour winds, and directly into the chop, directly back away from the chop, right down the intercoastal at the Y in Port Mansfield. As you know, it gets very rough there, and not a drop of water inside the boat.
You told me once when you first came out with this that you felt this was the holy grail of boats because it could run from 8 inches to 80 fathoms.
Oh yeah, when I was telling someone from CCA about the boat, and he said, well, what you're telling me this boat will do is the holy grail of bay boats. You know, every bay boat manufacturer's always wanted to build a boat that floated shallow, would get up shallow, would handle extremely rough bays, be able to go offshore to the jetties and the rollers, be able to take it off light offshore, you know, 4 to 5s very comfortably, go offshore, go sell fish, marlin fish, whatever you want to do with the boat, and the boat will do it.
Now hang on a second, are you telling me you can go after marlin in this boat?
Yeah, yes I am. If you want to watch your weather, just like any offshore boat. I personally love to offshore fish, and I'm selling my 28-foot Mako because this boat will do everything that my Mako will do, and it'll do it comfortably. And that's just the boat I want.
That is something special. I remember you shot a video and you showed this. Ladies and gentlemen, if you get a chance to see this video, you really need to, where you guys came head-on into an oncoming 10-foot wave. Tell us about that.
Well, I really didn't want to go out that day. My foreman talked me into it because we've got some other plans to do to take this boat, and he said, you know, we got to test the boat, we got to see what she'll do, and if our customers get offshore and they get into a storm, we got to know that they'll be taken care of and get back in. And you know, normally I personally wouldn't go out in anything over 5s, and that day it was 6 to 10s offshore, 25 to 30 mile an hour winds, gusts to 40, and I got about 2 miles away from the jetties, and all I could see was a wall of white water out there, and I decided that, you know, I really wasn't that mad at those waves that day. But he talked me into it, and about the time that we hit the 4-footer right at the end of the jetties, then 6, then 8, well, that 8 just happened to be right where well, it just broke out from underneath us, and we fell for a couple of, well, a second and a half, and all I remember him is screaming like a little girl and turning around and telling me to turn around and go back in. Well, we had to go over about 7 more waves, and the boat handled it just fine, and surprisingly a lot drier than what my 28 Mako offshore boat was.
That's simply incredible. Now, going back to the idea of fishing for marlin and sailfish, what makes this boat right here, the Cat 258?
250 HDX.
250 HDX. What makes it so different from other typical offshore boats, such as, say, an Albemarle, a small Albemarle?
Well, a typical offshore boat is you can't go into the flats and fish. You can't take it through some of the close bays and stuff where we have a lot of boats going in there and out of there. It just takes a lot to maneuver, a lot of gas. This, you've got a single engine, 25-foot boat that will float in less than 9 inches, get up in less than 12 on a soft bottom, be able to go offshore all with one boat. Get rid of your offshore boat and your skinny water boat and just get one boat. And we've already had several people have put deposits down on the new boat because they can do it all with one now.
So business is booming when it comes to the Kat.
Well, the interest is there. It's just a matter of, it's such a new design and it's such a radical hull design, completely innovative. No one else out there has anything like it, that people really look at the video, and even though they can see with their own eyes, they can't believe that it does what it does.
And anyone who wants to see this video, where can they get it?
They can go to our website, www.dargel, D-A-R-G-E-L, spelled like Dargel.com. And we have a YouTube link right on the homepage that they can click on that, and it'll take them to our Dargel Boats homepage at YouTube with all 3 videos of the Kat in shallow water, in the crazy, scary going offshore in the big waves, and in extremely rough water and the jetties as well.
Well, that's really impressive. Equally as impressive as I've noticed looking into this boat is the amount of room inside it. You can have a parade in the foredeck.
Yeah, what most people say is you can square dance on the front of the boat. You know, it's a 8.5-foot beam, and it doesn't V down because it's a Kat. It's full wide boat. You know, my foreman and my plant manager, Dave Anderson, was key in designing this boat, and I want to give him kudos with it because he came with an excellent idea. And when I saw what the boat could do, I really thought, you know, it was a great bay boat. But I knew that there were things that we could do to make the boat do everything that we wanted it to do. And we implemented those changes, came out with this boat. Offshore, people are going to say, well, it doesn't have enough freeboard, but it's made so that you can, it's offshore worthy, but at the back is low enough to the water as well that you can get in and out for easy wade fishermen. You can go wade fishing out of the boat as well. And so it's really a boat that's extremely versatile, that can do everything that a fisherman will want to do on the Texas coast.
And what comes as standard equipment?
Standard equipment, hydraulic steering. We can power with Evinrude, Suzuki's. We can get Hondas too. We also have a guide leaning post. Leaning post is standard equipment. And but pretty much after that, it's really how the customer wants it. We put a jack plate on as standard equipment as well, and a full gauge package. But you know, pop-up stainless steel cleats. But we can custom tailor the boat to everybody's needs. Just like the aluminum on the console, we can do any kind of custom aluminum right at our shop as well.
Dargel Boats, ladies and gentlemen, on the cutting edge of innovation and technology at the All Valley Boat Show.